In the last few months, I've taken a look at quite a few of these new arcade machine handheld toys that have been popping up in the stores. And as a bona fide Wreck-It Ralph fanatic, I was really thrilled, excited, and a little confused to see this Fix-It Felix Jr pop up in the stores. We're going to take a look at it right now.
Don't you know that you're a grown-up? No games, no puns. Not allowed if you're a grown-up.
Hey there, thanks for checking out GenXGrownUp. I'm John, I am a GenXGrownUp, and yeah, we're gonna take a look at this Fix-It Felix Jr. When this game first appeared in Wreck-It Ralph back in 2012, understandably, a lot of people who were just casual viewers didn't realize that this was never a real arcade machine. This was made up for the film. It was made up lovingly with a lot of attention to detail. It had a lot of the same aesthetics as a retro vintage arcade machine. And so now it might be equally unsurprising for someone to say, well, sure, of course they would do a Fix-It Felix arcade classic of one of these basic fun boxes. But again, this is not a classic arcade machine. This was a game made up in 2012 for the film Wreck-It Ralph. You'll see that though it's made by Basic Fun, though it has the number 12 in there, it's in the series, the arcade classic moniker is not on this box. They recognize, yeah, it's not really an arcade classic, but man, it fits right in the mold, and I was glad to grab it just for collectability to add into my collection. But when it comes down to, what do you think it's worth in terms of a collectible, in terms of a playable version of Fix-It Felix Jr? It's time to take a look and find out. Let's see what this little game has in store then, shall we? Let's see, we have some instructions. Yoink! It is well tethered to the back of this. Be free! Let's give the unit's design a once-over then. It's pretty minimalist, which in defense of it, Fix-It Felix Jr is a fairly minimalist design. It's a repurposed Donkey Kong cabinet. It looks like we have a start and a fix button. Red flag number 1, it should have 2 buttons. It should have a jump and a fix. Looks like maybe some kind of a reset button there, possibly. We have a speaker button, on-off button, 4-way joystick. It would seem pretty standard fare for these units. The Fix-It Felix logo would be much larger because of the thin kind of form factor of this. I guess they had to make them to scale, so it's kind of sparse. But all of this is accurate for the bezel design, which is nice. But it comes down to, how is the game? So let's really dig into that then. Here's the on. Music is decent. So here's a start button. This reminds me already of the Flash version that you can find several places on the internet. We'll see. And it looks almost exactly like that Flash version. Yep. I mean, it's good. It will remind you of Fix-It Felix, certainly. It doesn't have near the fluidity of the computer version. Definitely playable, though. I mean, it's not horrible. It's how accurate do you want to be to the version that you see in the film, right? Let's go up a few floors. Yeah, very jumpy. I mean, I don't know how. It seems like this is the Flash version. They have some kind of a Flash player in here. It will remind you of Fix-It Felix Jr. It's, And since there is only a fix and not a jump, that means in those later levels, we're not going to be able to jump over any bricks. So I'm guessing those parts of the game just aren't going to be present. Well, oh, there we go. We didn't see him grab his hammer. Yeah, this Flash version is a little subpar. Does he get thrown in the mud at least? There we go. The joystick is a little mushy, but I mean, it's what you'd come to expect from one of these little handheld boxes. Serviceable. There are way better ways to play Fix-It Felix. You know, you can get your hands even on the version that Disney was putting in those cabinets, which of course is the best way to play it. That's the closest to the version that you're going to see in the film. There's the ducks. They've already shown up here in level 2. Don't see any window boxes that can get in your way of moving around the board. Oh yeah, there's a window box there. I spoke too soon. Nice. You know, the more I play this, the more serviceable this version really is. I mean, is it perfect? No. Is it screen accurate? No. And down we go, into the mud. All right, so what does all that boil down to? Well, as I said, I think it's a serviceable version of Fix-It Felix Jr. It's not screen accurate, and by which I mean what we're looking for is as close as we can get to the version that we saw in the film. There have been phone app versions, there's a Flash version that this appears to be based on, and none of them really represent all of the mechanics of the game except the one that was inside that arcade cabinet. You can get that executable, you can run it on your PC, so that's the truest version of Fix-It Felix that you could play. This one is, you know, as a collectible, I love it. I'm glad that I have it. It's certainly going to go next to all my other arcade classics. But as a toy that you would want to play with, I'm going to have to say the Fix-It Felix Jr. Basic Fun, 3.5 tokens out of 5. It isn't really all it's cracked up to be, though it is fun to see they actually went down the path of replicating an arcade classic in the Basic Fun kind of form factor. It's not going to be the way you want to play Fix-It Felix Jr. Now, if you're a collector, like me, you're going to go get it. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's really cool. It's like 20 bucks or so. Look, it's got a number 12 on it, and I have to have the full collection or I'm not really a collector, right? Hey, I hope you found something in this video that you enjoy, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Don't you know that you're a grown-up?
Subscribe to GenXGrownUp by clicking right here and enable notifications so you won't miss a thing. Use the comments down below to tell us what you think, and while you're there, a thumbs up would be great too. Please share this online wherever you hang out. Connect with GXG on social networks by clicking right here.
Basically, life sucks as a grown-up.